So today is day 3 with new Mustang girl. Um, and we've actually had 2 little sessions this morning, and she's just amazing. So we're gonna pick up again, and just want to share it with you guys. You ready? Yeah. So I think we're gonna begin with yeah, kind of starting where we left off. Just moving. Girl. Nice. Nice. Just being able to move our body, kind of flow around this space. Girl. Well done. Well done. Nice. Just making a little wall there to ask her to continue to track around to the right. We can pick up our nice. Girl. Good girl. Not feeling as much of the need to push that shoulder away from me now. Yeah. Feeling like we're in a better place with that. Kind of start to move on to some new things. Girl. Nice. Nice healthy poop. Yeah. I'm just using my tool here just to help her see that my body can be many things. Sometimes it can ask her to move, sometimes it can ask her to ground. And especially when the stick is flowing this direction, parallel with her body, it's asking her to ground. If I was moving it towards her, that would be asking for her to move. Hey. Yeah. Nice. Can see as I get a little closer in, she feels the need to kind of turn and face me. I'm not asking for that. She's more doing that because that's what she needs to do to feel comfortable. And that's perfectly fine, but I'm just being aware of that. Yeah. Good job. Good job. Yeah. Good girl. All right, it's time I'm going to ask her to walk off again. I think she's going to try to turn around and go the other way, which is okay. That's been happening a little bit. Girl. Nice. Mm. Good girl. There we go. That was what we wanted. Good job. She's a confident girl. Sometimes when she gets a little confused, that she'll step into a little place of more dominant kind of energy, as she would have utilized in the wild as a mother quite often. And that is totally normal, totally okay, and to be expected. Just want to be able to guide that energy. Nice. Well done. Notice how close she is, letting me kind of track her body here. Girl. Gently steering that shoulder out. There we go. Nice. Nice. Girl. Boop, 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 boop. Nice. Well done. Yeah. When I go into this rainbow shape around her body, where I'm using the stick kind of up and down in this way that's not towards her body, rather parallel, that means that she can ground, relax. And once I kind of introduce this place, I like to go ahead and go here deep enough that she'll settle into it. So I want this to become a cue that's almost like a trigger, but a trigger to peace and relaxation, and knowing that I'm not going to turn around and ask something else of her. The fact that she's walking around with me is fine. I'm not asking for that. I'm going to kind of wait until that fades out. The reason she's doing that is because she's feeling a little more guarded. So I want to let her take some time for her to know that she doesn't need to feel that way. So now she's settling in and dropping some roots somewhat. Still thinking about, to be careful kind of just how far back I go. And what she's doing right now, I'm going to want her to do when I'm engaging with her in that way. So it's not wrong. It's just she's doing it right now because she's feeling like she needs to kind of watch out for me. I don't want her to feel like she has to watch out for me. So just going to keep it. Stops kind of giving me that feeling that she's looking out for me, watching out for me. Yeah. go to where I'm just standing still for a moment. All right, so now this time I'm going to ask her to walk off. This might be, I don't know, let's see how we can do this. Nice. So that was a little scary for her, but she was able to flow with that. Girl. Nice. Blustery out here, isn't it? Nice. Well done. I'm going to kind of go with this that she's offering of being a little lighter on her feet. And I'm going to go ahead and instead of asking her to not do that, I'm going to ask her to do the thing that she was already offering. Of course, she doesn't understand yet what I'm asking, so I would not want to escalate my pressure. Nice, when she doesn't understand. Girl. I would want to just be same, same, same. And until she gives the slightest thought in that direction. Sometimes I'll even say yes if I think that she thought it. Nice. And you can see we've kind of entered into a new place because she's doing a little bit of that nose push. That's what happens when she gets a little confused. We've started something new and she's not sure about it. I'll pretend like she figured it out and I'll go to the same spot. Nice. Good job. Well done. Yeah. So this means ground. Then, nice. Smart girl. Might play with that the other way a little bit. Now, you can see right there, she is moving her hips over, but she's also bringing her shoulders over. And that's because she feels more guarded in this right eye. Really just looking for the hips. Good. So here's the spot where she doesn't understand what I'm asking. So I'm just going to go with the same amount, go into that spot where if she did understand, she would have stepped over. And I'm going to give her a chance. Nice. Okay, so that wasn't the thing, but it was a good guess. It was a very healthy guess to just move forward and leave. And I would rather her make that guess than other guesses that she's made in the past, which have been more coming in towards me. So we'll work on that one some more. That was good. That tail again. Nice. Nice. So again, she's moving the hips away, but she's doing it more not in a relaxed way. She's doing it, see how the front end comes? The front end comes. Nice. Really glad that she was able to do that. When she felt that wall beside her left eye and hit that wall, she was able to bounce the opposite direction, and that's a big, that's really good. And to feel that level of intensity that she obviously was feeling when that happened, I mean, that's really, really a big deal too. So I'm going to use this motion again just to remind her that this is okay. She says, yeah. So when she walked off, I just didn't do anything any different. And now that she's slowed her feet again, then I'm going to stop. So when I'm making this motion, this means, well, if I'm making this motion and she's trotting around and it's blocking her, then it's a wall and would perhaps ask her to change direction. But if I'm making this motion and walking around her, then the wall is out here, and I'm really just inviting her to ground. I'm not demanding it. I don't know that you can like force someone to ground their body, but you can certainly offer them the opportunity. I'm going to see here if I can do the same, give her a little more space from me. Just play with seeing if we can. Nice. So I'm going to say yes, that moment that she started to think about moving her body. Nice. I think she was going to just walk off. And I would prefer that she let those hips move a little laterally. And I want to say yes to her, the thought of letting the gas pedal, the thought moving. So again, I'm going to look at that hip. Nice. Give her an opportunity to feel that yes, even though nothing has happened yet. Nice. 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 Girl. There we go. Good girl. So she started to leave, and then I just helped her find the answer by drawing away. That was really good. Yeah. It's a tricky little puzzle to figure out. that hip again. She's thinking about leaving. Step away. Come into that hip again. All right, it's okay. And then I'm going to draw away. Good girl. Nice. The other way. Nice. Now, because she's up close to the fence, I'm not going to try to slide in there. I don't have enough room to get far enough away from her to for her not to feel intimidated. Same thing on this side, probably. Good girl. So maybe. Yeah, nice. Nice. You're getting it. You're getting it. So before, when I would have done that, she would have pushed into the stick. So that's really great that she's, even when she's feeling a little startled and unsure, she's getting comfortable choosing the answer of moving away, which is really important. Well done. Nice. 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 Then notice how she continues that circle on around rather than being able to disengage that hip and draw. This time I'm going to not be on the rail when we pause so that it is very blustery. Got a cold front blowing in. So right here. There we go. Girl. Starting to do a little more talking to the hips. Nice. I would say that's a little more avoidance of me, but go back into that spot. Feels like she might just walk off. Girl. Nice. Done very little specifically talking to the hips. Really been focused on the shoulders. Little nose push there. It's like as soon as we introduce a new concept, she pushes that nose into the air. Girl. It's like, I don't get that. Good girl. There you go. Good girl. Nice. Nice. Good girl. Good girl. Well done. Good girl. I'm going to focus a little more on letting her hip move over while she's in movement. So that's an easier way to find the answer than when she's already stationary and I'm just asking her to step over with those back feet. Nice. Some of our herds are galloping around. The pony herd's galloping. There's 25 Mustangs. I am their home, and she is basically surrounded by all of them right now. And some of them just took off flying around in the blustery wind. Yeah. Nice. Well done. Well done. Yeah. Well done. Nice. There we go. Girl. Nice. Girl. Good girl. Nice. Good. Since that's a puzzle, it's a little bit of a puzzle. Good. Nice. Good girl. Well done. Well done. Yeah. Good girl. See, there's that keeping me in that left eye once again. Don't exactly want that. Looks like a pretty little spin. Nice. Good job. Girl. Well done. I don't think she's really ready for me to continue to ask her to follow me on around to the right yet. So I'm just going to let her sit in that space she's in right now. Being able to disengage and draw in without falling in, you know. Like there's a difference in drawing in and kind of falling in on that shoulder. And the falling in also is a posturing technique. So I'm really looking for those sweet spots where she can follow that draw and come in with her shoulder staying elevated. Nice. Good girl. Nice. Cut. Nice. Girl. Nice. So to anybody that's tuning in live here, this is new Mustang Mare that's joining us in her. She is from Roberts Mountain, Nevada. She was gathered in October of 2023 and was surely pregnant at the time she was gathered because her teats are very stretched and, well, surely she had babies in the wild as well because she was 5 years old when she was gathered. And but then I feel like she must have been in foal when she was gathered as well, because her teats are, even right now, they're pretty, just almost full, like the tip of the teat, not her udder itself, but um, and she was in Utah at a wild horse holding facility for 2 years. It was a private, it's Axtell, which is a private holding facility where people don't come in to adopt. They process Mustangs, and Mustangs hang out there and live there and eat there and have babies there, but people don't come and pick them up to adopt them there. So she stayed there for 2 years. And then this past summer, she went up to Bruno. She was sent up to Bruno, Idaho, and she was put on the internet adoption. And I had been scanning the internet adoption quite a bit, and it was during the government shutdown when she was on there, and I was really surprised nobody had posted about her online or was talking about her, but they weren't. I mean, her headshot was just as beautiful as she is, and but I was just really drawn, really drawn to you. And so it was the buy it now thing, not a auction format. And so I pushed the button. She might go after that chicken. She's been known to go after a chicken and a dog and a pig and a person. She's an almighty mare, very grounded and confident in her own skin, which I adore. Absolutely adore. Yeah. Such a sweet, sweet soul. So anyway, after the shutdown finally lifted, we were able to get her picked up, and that was quite the journey in and of itself. Nice. Nice. And now we are on day 3 of developing a relationship. We're just taking it very slowly. Nice. Well done. As my dear friend Jan Lightshoe says, it should look like watching paint dry. And most of the time it does. Every now and then it gets a little exciting. She certainly had some moments of posturing and diving that shoulder in towards me, but I think we're fairly on the other side of that now. But I am feeling so dedicated to share this whole gentling journey as a live stream for anyone that's led to tune into it. I'll probably pull some pieces and share those individually, but really always wanted to share the journey gentling these Mustangs. Adopted my first Mustang partner in 2010, Lindsay's Faith, and I started blogging about her, but I've never shared through video. Certainly not the whole thing. Nice. She said, I got it now, girl. And this time I really want to do that. This special girl. And it's not intended to be like a how to gentle a wild horse. And I know it's windy. I don't know how well you guys can hear me. Of all the wild horses I've been blessed to work with, if you've gentled one wild horse, you've gentled one wild horse. They're so drastically different. We've had some that were just like a puppy dog from day one, and had some that were terrified of everything and would become violent very easily when they were afraid. Had some that were aggressive. Of course, that's always still here, but aggressive. And they're just all different. We do just really like to meet the horse where they're at and do my best to let them guide me. Just to have, and inevitably, after I really get to know the horse, there's always things maybe I would have done a little differently in the beginning, because I just don't know them until I've had time to get to know them. You know, this is 3 days. 3 days we have together. You know, anybody that gets married after 3 days, I mean, hopefully it'll work out, but wouldn't recommend it. And it really is that intimate of a connection for me with these horses. It's like a marriage. You really get to be inside one another, and that just takes time. It's like the Greek love languages. You know, in America, we use the word love for so many things. You know, I love my shoes. I love my child. I love corn. I don't know, you know. I love this day. I love my life. I love my socks. It's just a very overly used word, perhaps, that means a lot of different things. And I love how the Greek love language, the Greek have different words for different types of love. And there's like eros love, eros, and that is your like passionate infatuation type love. Doesn't always last long. Actually, it's by nature can't last long. Well, nice job. But there's also pragma love. Pragma love is long-standing. Well done. Well done. So smart. So pragma love is what we're working on. It's going to take a lot more than 3 days to build it. Blustery day. Girl. And of course, human love is a different quality than human to human love. But there's still the same concept to me of that initial, you know, falling for the other because they're so beautiful and you're drawn to them. And there's this long-standing quality of emotion that can only be birthed over time. And I really feel like that is relationship. That's the horse-human relationship that I intend to focus on. And it's just something that cannot be rushed. And why would I? I mean, this is the amazing stuff. These little subtle spaces of small interactions that are so meaningful, so powerful to me. And I feel just such a sense of peace in my own body as we enter into this place together. Yeah, so nice. I wish I could mic you up. Yeah, wish I could have a little earbud right there by your muzzle. Instead of hearing on the wind, we would hear that sweet little exhale you just made. It's beautiful. Yeah. Nice. This is still, I talked about this earlier, how when she steps this way, there's a bit of an avoidance of me being in this right eye. Nice. Oh, well done. That was really nice. Just what she has been doing. I'm gonna ask her to go out the other direction. Little bit of the nose push there. It's so subtle. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but she's very expressive with that nose. If you ever see a horse like take their nose and push it, push it forward, that holds quite the meaning. For her, it's like it's when she's confused about something and she's wanting to share her own opinions about how it should be done, perhaps. Nice. Good job. Good job. Good job. So smart. I've never met a Mustang that was not amazing. But I must say, these mares, a mare that has a little bit of life experience under her belt, so to speak, there is something about that that is just so powerful. Let's see, and if she could just move her hips over a wee bit more in that moment. She said, not quite. That's okay. Back the other way again. Oh, so nice. I think I'm going to find a spot to, yeah, okay. So that right there was a really big deal for her, to be so soft with my guidance in that right shoulder, which I believe the video is mirrored. So I think it looks like I'm in her left shoulder, but so I'm going to let that be our Z. That last thing that you think about is the thing that you ruminate on, and super powerful. So that's our Z for now. All right. We will be back. Be back soon. Gonna rest for a bit.